Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am recording this from a live class I had today, and I had several people who couldn't make it for various reasons, or sometimes Zoom doesn't always work on everybody's computer. So if you're seeing this, I'm sending this to you personally. This is just for your personal use. Please don't post this on social media or groups or anything like that. You may share it privately with friends and family. I'd be happy for you to do that. But please do not post it on the internet, on YouTube, or anything like that, because I just want to customize this for you guys watching and just be free to be me. So today, my intention is to come at you guys with some amazing information on staying healthy naturally during this time of uncertainty. And I have a huge passion for helping people, individuals, families, kids, anybody just stay healthy naturally. And my background is not in natural medicine. I actually grew up just in a family that didn't know. They didn't know anything about holistic remedies. They didn't know anything about natural alternatives to over-the-counter stuff. So I grew up on a lot of synthetic medications, and I actually had a lot of immune issues because of it. Had chronic sinusitis. I was on getting chronic sinus infections, so I was on a lot of antibiotics growing up. And as a result, my immune system really failed me. And when my husband and I, early on in our marriage, he was just, we're getting to know each other. And he's like, "You're always sick." Like, "I know, I don't know what's wrong." And I would see ENTs and they said, "Oh, well, you're just, your environment doesn't like you very much, And I'm like, "Great, there's nothing I can do about that." And so I came to learn a lot about the difference between bacterial infections and viral infections and all of these things. And I got super passionate about finding other ways to help us stay healthy. And especially when I got pregnant with my daughter is almost 6 now, and my son, it just turned 3. And so I'm a mom of 2. And when you get pregnant, your body is not yours. And you realize that you have to take care of yourself. And of course, the older you get, the more you realize, shoot, I wish I would have done this earlier, but it's not too late. So no matter what stage of life that you're in, no matter what age you are, no matter where you're at, essential oils are for everybody. And essential oils are the easiest, safest, most natural way, most effective way to help you. And so that's my intention to show you today. There will be no obligation at all, but at the end of this video, I will show you some ways to get started and the cheapest, most affordable ways to get started if this is for you. But again, no pressure. I just want to present that because there are some people on this watching who have specifically told me they do want to get started. So I'm going to present that at the end, but if that's not for you, you can stop it right there and you're welcome to just walk away with the information. And this is my passion and my love for what I do. So I hope you will benefit. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the 3 cool things about essential oils and the 3 ways that you can use them. So hopefully you'll walk away with some new information. I'm going to share my screen with you right now and we'll get started. Oop, there's my family. All right, so essential oils made easy. There are 3 cool things about essential oils I want you to learn about today. The first thing is that they are safe. They're completely safe and natural. Okay, so that means there are no side effects and no addictions. There is nothing added to the essential oil at all. We have the highest testing and highest standards on the planet. Nobody else can test the essential oils like we can, mostly because other companies cannot afford. They simply cannot afford the testing. We also send our essential oils to a third-party tester. So it's not just doTERRA saying how pure they are. It is an outside company having nothing to do doTERRA, verifying everything, and then that outside third-party company uploads all of their tests to an amazing website called source2you.com. And so I will explain that in just a minute. But basically what that means, essential oils, all they are is an extract from plants that give us amazing health benefits. They are potent, so that means they are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And I am a big believer and lover of all things herbal. But if I have a specific health issue that I'm targeting, I am going to use my essential oils. I love tea. I love herbal remedies. I love them in our vitamins. I think they're super, super important. And I think all of those tools are important, not just essential oils. But that's just what we're focusing on today. So just so you know where I'm at. So just to give you an idea of how potent they are, 1 drop of peppermint oil. Now I have a cap on mine because I emptied out 1 bottle of peppermint, filled it up with some water, and now I'm using it as a spray because there's still essential oil in the bottle. And I can just spray that on whenever I need a cool down. Peppermint naturally cools the body, gives you a little bit of energy. I love using peppermint with wild orange oil to give me some energy in my day. Like, I just was feeling a little sluggish today, and all I'm gonna do, if you have your essential oils, get those out right now. Hopefully you received a sample package from me, and if you did, then grab those out, or whoever brought you here, hopefully they gave you samples. If you have peppermint or something similar, maybe minty, or maybe just something that you think would be interesting to put on, take your oil, just barely tilt it, get 1 drop to come out. If you have the little essential oil sample vials, what you'll want to do is tap 3 times on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and that's like getting 1 drop of essential oil out. The little plastic piece at the top is called an orifice reducer, and so they're just a little harder to come out on the sample vials, but do that. I like to combine my peppermint with some wild orange or other citrus oil like lemon, anything that you have on hand, grapefruit, lime, anything that's citrusy because it's very uplifting. Take some deep breaths. Try to do that right now with me if you can. And then put it on the back of your neck. It's just tingly. Peppermint gives you pep. It just gives you that extra energy. You can wipe it on your head or your eyes. Now, safety tip, if you get peppermint too close to your eyes, don't worry. Don't put it in your eye, please. But don't worry. Go grab any kind of carrier oil. For us, the most effective carrier oil that we like to use is called fractionated coconut oil. It is just that. It is a fraction of or extracted from coconut oil, but in extracting it, it never hardens, which is why we like to make our own blends and things in roller balls. I'll get to that. But if you have canola oil, or if you have olive oil, jojoba, almond, whatever, those oils are called carrier oils. And what is great about those is if you ever get anything, any oils in a sensitive area, you can use those to rub around that area to dilute it, and that will get rid of the tingling or stinging. Or for eyes, rub it around the eyes. Don't put it in your eyes, but rub the carrier oil around the eyes, and the oil will be extracted out of the eye and help you feel better. So that's a little safety tip there, especially with peppermint. But peppermint will cool the body naturally. I love using this for fevers instead of an over-the-counter alternative that we often think to run to for our kids or for ourselves to lower our fevers. It's a great natural way to cool the body. Great for head tension, promotes clear breathing, so good for the respiratory system and all the respiratory stuff that's going on right now. Just taking some deep breaths, putting it on your nose, things like that. For my husband and I, we use peppermint and a blend called Breathe that we'll get to. If you have it now, you can try that to help us with snoring at night. So we love that. They're also effective. They're actually more effective. So the second cool thing about essential oils is that they are more effective than many modern approaches to medicine and to healthcare. So before we move on, if anyone is a medical professional, I just want to tell you right now that I am not a medical professional. And so I am speaking to a lot of, I am certified in essential oil as an essential oil specialist. I'm an AromaTouch certified trainer. So I do know my stuff, but I am not a medical professional. I did not spend just years and years and years in medical school specifically. So for those of us who are not medical professionals, I want to go back to Chemistry 101 and just give us a little chemistry, biology lesson. And so you will already know this. I am not a professional, but I want to kind of break it down to the easiest possible science. So if you think of our bodies that are made up of tons and tons of cells, right? That get our body going, there are 2 types of things that affect our cells, bacteria and virus, right? We all know that. We're all learning about that right now. So our cells, if this is our cell, it has an oily membrane all around the cells. And so what that does is it keeps the good stuff in and it keeps the bad stuff out. So on the inside of our cell is virus. Sometimes virus gets in there and duplicates DNA on the inside of our cell. And bacteria is something that lives on the outside of our cell. And so when we, I personally had an issue with sinusitis. I had chronic sinus infections growing up. I would get like one a month, maybe. It was a lot. And so I was on a lot of antibiotics, unfortunately, which is why my immune system was just always shut down. It seemed like I was always getting sick. But that's a bacterial infection. So I could call my doctor and she would literally at the time I could call her because she knew me so well since I was a kid, and she would just prescribe me a Z-Pak over the phone, right? An antibiotic that will kill bacteria. Now, viral, so if you have a cold or the flu or anything like that, if you have something viral and you go to the doctor, they're going to say, oh, so sorry, there's nothing I can give you. I don't have an antibiotic for that. So you just have to go home and rest and drink lots of tea and hot liquids and get lots of sleep, take some emergency, stuff like that. And you have to just wait it out. But another cool thing about essential oils is that they're so effective. The molecules are so teeny tiny that they can actually penetrate that cell wall. Now, the reason that we don't have an antibiotic for viruses is because it is it's a water-based solution, an antibiotic. And so it can't penetrate an oily membrane. Essential oils are oils. And so they can actually penetrate the cell wall and get into where we need it to help boost our immune system. So On Guard is our #1 go-to amazing immune boosting blend. It is our protective blend. This is a blend of essential oils, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary, and wild orange. So delicious. It tastes like Christmas. And this is one that promotes healthy immune function. It soothes a sore throat. I love to put this in a little bit of water. Now, if you're gonna put this in water, just make sure it's glass or stainless steel, a water bottle, stainless steel. I'll do 1 drop of On Guard in there, swig it back, gargle it so it coats the back of my throat, and then swallow it for a sore throat. Cleansing for home and hands. So you can also make a spray, just like I did with the peppermint, and spray countertops, door handles, anything you would normally do with some of the other yucky chemical stuff, cleaning products that a lot of people are using right now and going to stores for. You can use On Guard. And so it will just kill yucky stuff on contact. It's amazing. It's been in a lot of studies. We have published many, many studies on PubMed. There have been hospitals and universities that have published studies about On Guard. So you don't have to take my word for it. It is amazing. If you wanted to create your own hand sanitizer, it's very easy. You're just going to do a drop or 2 of On Guard with some aloe vera gel, vitamin E oil, and you can just do that straight on, or you can make your own, again, spray. We have an On Guard spray. If you prefer a blend with ethyl alcohol in it, we do have this, and they are coming back in stock very slowly. So what I like to do is purchase one, and then you can refill it with your own On Guard oil. And I just refill it with On Guard and water. That's all I do. It's super, super simple. Just because at the moment too, I don't have like aloe vera gel and vitamin E oil on hand. So the other thing you could do is take some of our fractionated coconut oil and squirt that into there too, if you want a little bit of a moisturizer factor with that as well. So super easy. It's amazing. So that is the second cool thing about essential oils. The third cool thing about essential oils is that they are incredibly affordable, and they are more affordable than most traditional forms of medical care. I say this from personal experience. I was cheap. My husband and I are actors, and so we've been starving artists for a very long time, up until doTERRA, of course. And so one of the things I did when I started to know if I could afford this was to price it out. And so one of the things, my husband, like I said, struggled with seasonal irritants. He just had all of the seasonal sneezes and all of those things. And so all environmental dogs, cats, things like that. And so he was taking an over-the-counter alternative just every single day. I'm not an alternative, an over-the-counter medication every single day, every day. And I thought, oh gosh, this is not affordable and it can't be very good for you. So I priced it out the cheapest we could find it at Walmart or Costco or whatever. And I found that taking 1 drop of peppermint, lemon, and lavender, which is their natural antihistamines, 1 drop of each of those in a shot for him worked immediately. And it was 3 times less than spending money on the over-the-counter option. So we have saved hundreds of dollars on that alone. Plus my own migraine medication was actually $150 for 4 pills and left me feeling awful anyway. And so using these tools, especially with my kids, it has saved us so many trips to the emergency room. Now, if you, let's just say you had free medical care, maybe you live in Canada, even if you didn't have a payment, a copay for your doctor, mine is $20. So like, that's not too expensive to go see the doctor, right? But I also had to take time out of my day to go there, and I work at home. So any time out of my day is money for me. And I also had to spend the gas, and I live in LA. So gas is super expensive, and I think it's about to probably go up in price too with all this going on. So the gas, the copay, the time out of work, even if I had no copay at all, it would still cost me much more than a drop of lemon, lavender, and peppermint, or whatever it is to solve my issue. I have saved money on emergency room visits for myself, for my son especially. He's just a little monster. He just runs into everything. He's a bruiser. That's what I meant to say. He's a bruiser. And he's had a lot of respiratory issues since he was born. We found that he has kind of like a child's form of asthma, something like that. Just it's not really asthma, it's just a respiratory discomfort. And so what happens though is if he gets a little bug, it just escalates it, and it sounds really scary. So instead of rushing him to the ER, which is what we normally would have done, I just slather him with some essential oils that is going to help boost his respiratory system, and it fixes it so fast that we have saved hundreds of dollars on that. So I'm very, very grateful. One of the really affordable ones to help you is lavender. There are so many things lavender can do. We call it the queen of all oils. It's just kind of like one of your Swiss Army knives. The biggest Swiss Army knife is frankincense, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. This calms the mind. It's super calming. Most people that say they get headaches from lavender have not actually used doTERRA lavender. We source this from Bulgaria, and the sourcing story is incredible. It is the purest, most organic lavender out there. Like I said, no additives. And so stuff that you probably have smelled in the past has been added to with alcohols and diluted with who knows what. They don't have to tell you on the bottle. That's part of the problem with the FDA. And so you have to see it's a reliable source. Now I'm going to go back to sourcetoyou.com. If you have a bottle of essential oil, there's a lot number for the batch of essential oil and an expiration date due to the FDA. So this one has, if you can see that there, I'm going to see if it'll focus in. I don't think it will focus, but hang on. Anyway, that top number that's not focusing in, that is a batch number. You can go to sourcetoyou.com and you can put in fact, I can just show you. Let me go from Zoom to sourcetoyou.com. See if this will work for us. Enter your quality ID. Okay, so I'm going to enter my quality ID for this bottle of Wild Orange, 1905211A. Okay, this is going to come up. There it is. It's my bottle of Wild Orange. So this is the batch of Wild Orange that I am holding in my hand. It tells you what it is. Then you can watch this 1-minute video on how to read the test results that they're going to show you. And if you go back down here, this is the GCMS test results from our third-party tester, Aromatic Plant Research Center. They're not affiliated with doTERRA at all. They're the company that we use to test our oils and verify back and forth almost 50 times that this is 100% organic. So you can read all about that. You can see the chemical testing, and you can watch that video on how to read this so that you can see there are no additives and it is 100% pure and organic. So there you go. No other company does that. So that's the 3 cool things about essential oils that I want to share with you today. Now, the 3 ways to use them before we go. 3 ways to use them, okay? Aromatically. Here is your tip. So now that we know the 3 cool things about essential oils, the first way to use them is aromatically. So the first thing I want you to do is take your little pincher fingers like this and pinch the top of your nose, okay, like this. We all look a little bit silly. You probably feel a little silly at home. We can take our fingers off now. But this is what I want to talk about. Right behind there is a nerve. And this is a part of our limbic system that communicates to our brain. So it's called the olfactory nerve. It's right behind there. So let me illustrate. So if you go to the dentist, like my daughter, for instance, they don't really do this for adults anymore, but you may have experienced this at some point in your life. My daughter recently went to the dentist and they gave her laughing gas. Well, where do they do that when they put that? Over your nose and your mouth, right? So they tell you take some deep breaths. So she would take some deep breaths in through her nose and out through her mouth. And that helped the laughing gas get into her lungs, but also triggers the olfactory nerve, which is connected to the limbic system and tells your brain to relax. So this is exactly how essential oils work for our mood, our emotions, and everything aromatically, because it also gets into our lungs, which is the pathway to the rest of the body. Aromatically is one of the most effective ways to get the essential oils into our system and affect positively our mood. It also helps cleanse the air around us. So this right here is a diffuser. I love my diffusers. I have one in every room of my house, and I have different things going depending on what we need. In the kids' room, a lot of times when they were still in diapers, I had a lot of peppermint, mints, and citrus to cut the nasty smells coming from the room. And then in our room, we had a lot of relaxing stuff. And in the living room, I had stuff going that I wanted to positively affect our mood or would be killing germs. So right now, we have a lot of On Guard, a lot of citrus, mints, things that are just going to kill stuff in the air. This also supports the respiratory system. So one of my favorite ways of using the oils aromatically is with an essential oil called Breathe. This one right here, this is called Breathe. This one, you'll recognize the smell, and what it does for you is like a similar over-the-counter medication that you're probably used to. So if you do 1 drop, I got 2. It's fine if you get more than 1. Rub it in your hands and do like we did with peppermint. Take some deep breaths. You could even use it a little bit farther away. Close your eyes, it might be better. You can rub that then, the rest of what's on your hands, on your chest, on your neck, and even get it into your back where your lungs are. And it's gonna really open up those airways. It's gonna promote clear breathing day and night. This is the one we use for snoring. Helps those sinuses. Oh, if I ever feel sinus pressure, this is the first one I go to. So I'll just put it right on the bridge of my nose and I'll rub my sinuses with it. Here's your sinuses. If you can rub up and around your sinuses and go down, it's really going to relieve a lot of pressure if you ever get pressure right here in your sinuses. I talked to you about a wild orange already and how energizing that is, invigorating, uplifts the mood. So Breathe and wild orange together, diffusing around the house, will not only help uplift the mood, but also help your respiratory system. Topically, we can use them on our body, on affected areas where we need them. This is that fractionated coconut oil I was talking to you about. It comes in a bigger bottle that you can get from doTERRA. You can also get whatever you prefer. There's tons of stuff at all the, Whole Foods and things like that. They have almond oil, jojoba, whatever you need. But it is extracted from coconut oil. And then we can use them. One of my favorite topical ways to use the oils is with roller balls. Hang on, let me grab my roller ball collection right here. I have a few in this cute little wooden container. Let's see what I've got. Oh, I've got Motivate. This is one of my favorite from our Essential Oils Emotion collection. And so we have some blends that positively affect your emotions. These are topical oils. And I use it like I'll use them like perfume, but it's organic, so it doesn't affect the way, you know, so I'm super, super sensitive to smells because of my history with headaches and head tension. And so I will actually, none of the essential oils have ever affected me negatively. And if they're too strong for you, just dilute them, put them in a roller ball. This is the perfect solution for anyone who has sensitive skin, who's sensitive to smells. You just rub it on like a perfume. And I can't do perfumes because they always, anything synthetic triggers a migraine for me. So I don't do scented candles. I don't do Glade plugins. I don't do anything like that. I just use the essential oils. And so if I rub them over my heart, that just helps me center. And this one is Motivate, and it keeps me motivated, which is such a good one for right now. I love Motivate every day. But that is an easy way. So you can also buy these individually. I think they're less than $5 for like a 4 or 5 pack. And then if you have the fractionated coconut oil, you can actually make your own blends. So one of the blends I love to use right now for the immune system is called the Flume Balm. And then right now it maybe changed to the Flute. We're changing between Melaleuca is the tree name for tea tree. And so we're switching from Melaleuca to tea tree. So you may see a little overlap. It's the same thing, but we're just changing the name because it's more commonly used. So here's my recipe bomb. I guess now is what we're going to call it. Frankincense, which we're going to talk about, lemon, On Guard, oregano, that's one of the heaviest hitters for the immune system. Right now, we should be doing On Guard and oregano every day, but it is a hot one, so we want to dilute it or put it in a vegetable capsule. You can totally take it internally. It's just hot. Smells like pizza. So On Guard, oregano, and tea tree or Melaleuca. So frankincense, lemon, On Guard, oregano, tea tree, Melaleuca. Those 5 oils, either 1 drop of each in a shot, swig it back, put it in a vegetable capsule, which is right here. Let me switch over here. These are vegetable capsules for internal use. I'll talk about that in a second. Or make a roller ball. I would put 5 to 10 drops of each of those oils, actually less of the oregano, probably like 10 drops of each plus 5 drops. Just cut that one in half. You don't need as much of the oregano. And then fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil, and you have a blend on the go. If this is for an infant, then you just need 1 to 2 drops each and fill the rest with coconut oil. If it's for kids, like my kiddos, I probably put 5 drops of each, including the oregano. It's totally fine. 5 drops of each, fill it with fractionated coconut oil. So you do you do what's best for you, but that is just one area. Now, one of my favorite oils to use topically is Deep Blue. We have this in an essential oil, and I think the essential oil is more effective for pain and inflammation when it comes to targeted areas. But one of the ways we can use the oils in an effective way is take your Deep Blue oil, which is right here. You can also use it as we have the Deep Blue rub. I will add the oil to the rub for an extra strength effect. So when I sit at the computer for a long time, or if we're watching a lot of Netflix lately, rub some of this, put the essential oil on there, rub it into your shoulders. Oh, and if you have some Deep Blue on you, if that's one of the samples you got, break that out right now. Rub it into your shoulders and your neck. Oh, this is so good. This is my #1 go-to for pain, inflammation, head tension, even jaw tension. If you guys are experiencing that because of stress and anxiety, oh, just rub that right there. If your jaw pops, you're experiencing jaw tension when you rub it. If you put your hands here and then go, and if it pops, you've got jaw tension. So just rub that Deep Blue all over your jaw. And now a little bit goes a long way with this. This is going to have an icy hot effect. So it's going to be warming and cooling. If you put too much on, or if you do it right when you jump out of the shower, when your pores are really, really big, it might come off as a little bit hot. So don't put it on as soon as you get into the shower. Don't put it on in the shower for sure. Don't put it on as soon as you get out of the shower. Wait till you just kind of cool down a little bit and then apply it. But this can go anywhere. The other cool thing about diluting and using essential oils topically with a carrier oil, let's say I had a shoulder issue. If I put the essential oils with some coconut oil on, if I had, now this can be regular coconut oil. If I do a drop of Deep Blue with some coconut oil and I rub that on my shoulder, the essential oil will actually stay isolated, localized, right here, localized benefits. They'll stay localized to my shoulder and help actually get to the muscle tissue, okay, and help repair muscle tissue and stay there a little bit longer rather than getting into your bloodstream and affecting your whole body super, super fast. So I hope that makes sense with that. Another example is Digestin. If you have any upset stomach, even if you ate something bad or you feel bloated, this is great for that acid reflux and heartburn issues. Digestin is one that has saved me, and it doesn't taste great. I actually just was really repulsed by it at first, and now I don't even care because this is one of the most fastest acting oils we have. I see results with this immediately, and I just drop it under my tongue. As soon as I feel 1 or 2 drops, and I just do it under my tongue. I could take a swig of something. Had some In-N-Out today, my iced tea. And so it has a minty aftertaste, so that's super pleasant. It actually, I think it's wonderful afterwards. It just tastes a little black licorice at first. And you can just swig it back with some water or something else. And that immediately settles your stomach. It's great for my kids, but you can also rub that on topically. If you rub it on your stomach, it gets into your bloodstream within 20 seconds, and it's affected every cell of your body within 20 minutes. That's how fast this works. So I assure you that can work really well topically. The other topical way to use it is on your feet. We have the biggest pores and most pores on the bottoms of our feet. And so if you apply the oil straight up on the bottoms of your feet, your skin is super tough down there and you're not going to have a sensitivity. So just slap it on the bottoms. If you have kids, you can still apply some coconut oil to dilute it, but put it on their feet, and I'll put socks on my little ones. When they were infants, I just put the oils on their feet and put socks over. You're not going to have sensitivity down there, and it actually absorbs really quickly into your body. So let's move on to internal. The third way to use essential oils is internally. Like I said, in water, under your tongue, in a vegetable capsule. There's 160 vegetable capsules in our bottle for $4. So I assure you, you will get your worth out of that. I would just put that directly on an order if you were getting a starter kit, because it's a great way to start using your essential oils. Lemon alkalizes your water. It's naturally cleansing for your body, and it actually comes from the rind. So any citrus oil that we have, my wild orange again, it comes from the rind. It's not the juice, so you're not getting any acidity, which is awesome for those of us whose stomachs are sensitive to acid. It does not damage the enamel on your teeth, and it naturally cleanses the body. So right now, while we're all being instructed to drink tons and tons of water to flush our bodies from any of the yucky germs, use lemon and it will be more effective. Do that every day, several times a day. Frankincense. Lastly, frankincense is the king of all oils. When in doubt, use frankincense. When in doubt, frank it out is what I say with my family. And if I was stranded on a desert island, I would not bring a machete or a fire starter. I would bring frankincense. It is the ultimate Swiss Army knife. I have my little sample of frankincense right here. This is another one I try to put under my tongue every day. If I feel any head tension or inflammation in my body coming on, I put it straight under my tongue. Head tension, if you put a little bit on your thumb and place it to the roof of your mouth, that's going to help get it into your head and affect the inflammation in blood vessels and things like that, if you have a similar story to mine. It actually helps with cell production in our body. It speeds up cell production. And so it's going to help with anti-aging. It's in all of our skincare, right? So you can put it, this is my emergency go-to oil. I have it in all of our emergency kits, and I have it all around the house in case of emergency because of how quickly it just helps with cells performing optimally, that cell production. And so it's amazing some of the research that's been done on frankincense, if you're curious about more about that. The other thing it does, it can actually latch on to the properties of other oils and enhance them. So if you had lavender because you are having a hard time sleeping, I'd say put lavender on your feet 30 minutes before you go to bed. And if you said, well, that helped me relax, but I still need help because I'm waking up in the middle of the night, I'd say, okay, use lavender first, and then layer it on top. The next layer would be frankincense, because frankincense will attach itself to the properties of lavender and give it an extra strength effect. Same thing with deep blue. If I was having a lot of pain, I would use deep blue, and then I would layer it on top with frankincense, and both will work together to give it an extra strength effect in your body. So this one is amazing. And there's an amazing story behind it. I love our co-impact sourcing stories. So again, if you go back to that source2u.com website and take a look at some of the ways we source our oils, you cannot help but just fall in love with this company. So in my experience, so I'm going to show you now. So this is a no pressure at all. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you how to get these oils in the cheapest way possible into your hands. So if this is not for you, that is absolutely fine. And I hope you enjoyed my presentation and the education behind that. But if you are like, yes, this is for me and my family, how do I get some? I'm just going to tell you the 3 ways to purchase, okay? You can purchase on retail. This is the most expensive way to go. You would only pay retail prices in some sort of professional setting, like a massage, a spa, like a day spa, or a chiropractor's office, a doctor's office, or in a store, retail stores. So I would never recommend you purchasing retail. Wholesale is great because it's like Costco. You get the best products for the best prices. And you have like a wholesale membership like Costco. It's a $35 fee, similar to any other membership. So you get access to 25% below retail prices. So that's a little bit better, but I still have a better way. And the better way is to have your wholesale plus points to get free products. And so if you start with one of our beginner starter packages, those are marked 40% below wholesale prices. And so you're actually going to get a deep savings below wholesale. And you don't have to pay that $35 fee. It's actually waived. It's totally waived. And you start with a little kit. So I'll go through my favorite kits in just a bit. So I'll tell you that in just a minute. But I want to tell you the 3 types of people that come to these classes and see where you fit in all of that, so that I know how to serve you best. So first, there are people that just want to live a really natural lifestyle, and they want to share this information with their loved ones at home. And then there are people who want to share the products just to get their stuff paid for. We call that free natural healthcare. So being able to share this with friends and family in a really natural way, just like you would a favorite restaurant or pair of shoes, you can actually earn these products for free. And doTERRA supports people like that by providing free natural health care. And so then the other way is building to earn an income. There's a person going, oh my gosh, I love what you do. I love this education. I'm passionate about natural stuff too, and I want to do what you do. And so if you're that kind of person, doTERRA supports you with tons of training and amazing support from me and my team, and you can talk to me about that later. So just let me know where you're at with all of this. So really quickly, I'm just going to show you one more thing I wanted to educate you on, and this is our lifelong vitality pack. Now, this is one of the things I'm most passionate about because of my history with vitamins. Everybody's got a vitamin. Everybody, says, oh, just take a vitamin, especially right now, boost your immune system, take a vitamin, but there's no education surrounding vitamins. So I'm very quickly going to just tell you my personal story and why I think this is really important. When you go to the doctor and they say, take a multivitamin, for me, I was told that because of my history with migraines. And so my doctor said, go take a vitamin, it'll help. And the problem is that I didn't know what vitamin to take. So I thought a women's one a day or a Centrum or, and Trader Joe's is healthy. So I'll go take their women's multivitamin. So I went and I looked and got what I thought was best. But any hard shell supplement, especially one that promises that all of your daily nutrition is in one pill, is synthetic. And what happens with that is that your body uses whatever it can, and then it gets rid of whatever it can't use. Or if you have too much of something, it can't metabolize it. And so you have what I call expensive pee. You go to the bathroom and it's all neon because your body is just getting rid of stuff it can't recognize because it's synthetic, and what it can't metabolize because it's too much all at once. And so what you need is to find a really good whole food supplement. But the problem with that is when you go to a store like Whole Foods for that whole food supplement, you can't get everything you need in one package. And when you buy everything at Whole Food, I mean, literally as a whole food, not at Whole Food supermarket, but a whole food vitamin, it's very expensive. They're really, really pricey. And so doTERRA sought out to fix this problem, and they hired an executive on specifically to create whatever whole food vitamin that he could come up with that would be the best of both worlds. So what they did was they took, and this is different for every country. So for the USA, they took our average diets. They took what our daily, our RDAs are, recommended daily, or RD, whatever, recommended daily allowances, recommended daily values of whatever foods that we need are. And they found a really great middle so that we're not getting mega vitamins, because in the 90s, research has showed that from the 90s to now, when that mega vitamin craze, when they said, take 1,000% vitamin, whatever, that's having a negative effect on our organs. Through research and studies, they have found that. And so they created a really good regimen based on the food that we eat, how it's grown here in the US, which is not so great. And they came up with the Lifelong Vitality Pack. The cool thing about this is that it's whole food based. The Microplex VMC here on the right, that is your daily vitamins and minerals. It has a tummy tamer blend in there, so it helps you not feel so sick on your vitamins when you take them. The omegas are 3, 6, and 9, a really good balance of all of those. Sustainably farmed fish source. And there's 9 essential oils packed in there. You've got your frankincense and your immune boosting oils to boost your immune system and help you stay healthier, boost your brain function, cardiovascular system, all of those things. And the Alpha CRS is my favorite because this is what gives you an immediate jumpstart on your energy naturally. No stimulants, no caffeine, nothing like that. Only it's an herbal supplement, and it helps protect your cells. It helps your cells become resilient to all the yucky stuff out there so that your immune system can build up. And this is essential if your immune system has been torn down and you're working on trying to boost your immune system more. So I love this. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee to just try them. There is no risk, and every single person watching this should absolutely try them. There's no reason you shouldn't, because you can purchase them, and if you try them faithfully for 30 days and you don't see any difference immediately in your overall mood, in your cognitive function, in your energy especially, that's the number one thing people see, and in your inflammation response, then you can send them back, no questions asked, for a full refund. So I really recommend them. The other thing I recommend is feel free to send me a screenshot, gather all your vitamins that you have at home and send me a screenshot of what you're currently using, and I'll give you some feedback and kind of show you how we can save you money by using this Vitality Pack. It's got stuff packed in there like CoQ10, which you normally have to buy separately at any health food store. So I love saving people money this way as well. There's 2 types of people in the world: people that have a ton of vitamins at home who use everything, and the people who don't use any vitamins at all. So if we can really help people come in the middle and use something as simple as this, we'd be a lot better off with all of our immune systems. So I'm going to show you my favorite, just a few of my favorite starter kits, and then I'm going to let you go. Okay, so here's how you can get started. Our bigger kit for people who want an overhaul on all of their products, whether it's so all the non-toxic stuff, we've got a replacement for your toothpaste and your hair care, shampoo and conditioner. We've got a Breathe stick to replace your Vicks stuff, mouthwash, On Guard Plus, which is like our emergency. That's your immune boosting soft gels. You've got 2 immediate ways to use the oils with your fractionated coconut oil and an unscented natural lotion, so that you can add whatever essential oils you want and use those topically. It starts with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, so you can try that right off the bat. In addition, you've got our double encapsulated time-released probiotic, which is essential for your immune system right now, and your Terrazyme, which is a natural digestive enzyme. There's an over-the-counter alternative that I used to use because of a dairy sensitivity, and my husband uses it for a gluten sensitivity. You've got the On Guard hand sanitizer that's been sold out in there. All of our On Guard products, all of our top On Guard products, the beadlets, which is just a little teeny tiny capsule of the beadlets. There's some roller balls in there that already get you started. What else is in there? Our Correct X, which is our natural version of Neosporin, and some bonus oils I didn't talk about, like Serenity for sleep, Past Tense for tension versus pain, Aroma Touch, which is our massage blend and works great with Deep Blue to help repair muscle tissue. You've got the Wild Orange in there that I spoke about, and our foaming hand wash with 2 dispensers. So you can put that in the kitchen, in the bathroom, wherever you need to, for our foaming hand wash with On Guard in it. So that's a great way to just, everybody, like, redo your natural non-toxic home. Now, if that's not in your budget, if that seems like too much, the Healthy Home Kit is the next step down. And so this is kind of a mini version of that kit. It still gives you an amazing diffuser, and there was a diffuser in that one that covers a big space. This one's great for a bedroom. So this is a great first diffuser to get started with, or as an additional diffuser for another room that you may have. You still get the hair care, which is incredible, and all the On Guard products. You just get a few less of the essential oils. But you get all the ones that I talked to you about today. So you get the top 10 of our favorite essential oils, plus a few home products to get you started with replacing some of the stuff that you may have at home that might be more toxic. Then from there is one of my favorite kits. This is the Healthy Essentials Kit. And I love this one because it's a combination of, it's just the essential oils, and you get the big bottles. Now there's 2 forms of bottles. These ones are 15 milliliters, and they give you about 250 drops. So these last you a long, long time. And these are the kits that are 40% off that include the wholesale account. This is a combination both of physical and mental health. So you've got one of our most amazing blends in there that I hadn't talked about yet, and that one is Adaptive. We did clinical trials for this oil on how it affects you. Now, some of you, I know that I gave you this oil as a sample, and this is incredible. It has been clinically tried to shown to reduce feelings of anxiousness and stress. It's amazing. So you're going to put this one in the diffuser. You can use it topically as well and aromatically, smelling it in, putting it on topically. And Balance, which is our other blend. This is the one that we've always used for years for stress and anxiety, and it's one that is a comfort oil for me, for my heart. And so I love those 2 for my mental health. Copaiba is in here instead of frankincense, and the reason why is that Copaiba is like our natural version, or our most organic, pure form. It's not CBD, but it is our alternative to CBD. Where CBD fails is that it's not regulated, and it has a lot of additives. It tends to not be pure, and it actually only has about 35% of the BCP, or beta caryophyllene chemical, that helps your body reduce those feelings of anxiousness, to help reduce inflammation, all of those things that people want, the pain, all of that. It's only present about 35%, but in Copaiba, ours is present up to 55 or 60% of BCP. And so it's actually almost doubly as effective as CBD. And it's completely safe and organic. It's from a tree in Brazil, has nothing to do with the marijuana plant. So no risk at all. It's completely safe. And it also has added benefits. So benefits for the immune system and benefits for the digestive system as well. So I love this kit. So you've got a couple different things in there if those are more targeted for you. Now, if that's not up your alley, my next favorite kit is the Healthy Start. So this is a mini version of that other kit, the Healthy Essentials. This one has, I'm trying to see if I have an example for you. They're smaller bottles. They're 5 milliliters. So it's 3 times less. So I don't love to recommend this kit because I know that you get more bang out of your buck for the other kits. But this is a great start for more affordability. And it's a better, you know, it's an economical option if that is what your wallet can afford right now. And so I'd rather have you get started on less rather than nothing at all. The great thing about these kits, if you add them up, like I said, because they're 40% off, even if you decided you wanted to get started with a few essential oils and that's it, as a wholesale member, you're going to end up paying about just as much as getting an entire kit. So I'd rather you have more tools, and that's why I recommend these, because you get more bang for your buck. Like I said, I was super cheap when I started, and I invested in a kit because I saw that that was clearly going to save me the most money. So this comes with all 10 that we talked about, and the Brevi diffuser, which is wonderful. That lasts up to 12 hours. So there are just 3 times less essential oil. There's about 85 drops in the 5 milliliters, and there's 250 drops in the 15 milliliters. And last but not least, there is the Healthy Habits kit. So if you see a value in those vitamins, but you don't want to have to buy that Natural Solutions bigger kit, you can get this one, and this is a great start. And in fact, I'm going to show you this one with the there's one more. Where did it go? It's the it's an immune boosting kit. Here it is, the immune support kit. These are 2 great options. If you want to try the vitamins, the Healthy Habits kit is for you. This is going to come with the vitamins, the Deep Blue Rub that I showed you, the probiotic and our Terrazyme. So it's like a mini version of that Natural Solutions kit with a few of the 5 ml size oils: lemon, frankincense, balance. So you get the mental health in there too, On Guard, and lavender. And so that's a really great mini kit alternative. And last but not least, the immune support kit is about the same price. It's $10 less. This one is $185 because you have to add on the wholesale account to it. But this one has our On Guard products, the trio of On Guard products, our probiotic, oregano, copaiba, and breathe. So this is going to be the baseline of defense in your home right now. If that is purely what you're seeking, this one, or at the very least, the that Healthy Start kit with the minis, that would be my recommendation, so that you get the most out of your investment for your health. You are going to save the most money right there. So if you are ready to go, I want you to just text me or the person who brought you here. My number, so you have it again, is 818-426-0299. Again, that's 818-426-0299. Now with all of this, if you get any of these kits today, you actually will get a Citrus Bliss. This is not Citrus Bliss, but it's a 15 ml of the Citrus Bliss, which is awesome for your diffuser. It's very uplifting. While all of us are feeling a little bit depressed right now, Citrus Bliss is my happy oil. It uplifts my home and it uplifts my spirits, and I love it. And that one is going to come to you free. I have a promo code. You tell me which kit you'd like to start with. I can do this over the phone with you today, or I can send you a link with the promo codes that you can do it at home yourself. But it can be a little bit tricky, so I love walking my people through it. Plus, I'd love to talk to you as soon as you're done watching this video so that I can walk you through what's best for you. Again, there is zero pressure. I honestly am super passionate about getting these tools into people's homes. They are really important, and they really work. So I hope you enjoyed this today. I don't want to take up more of your time, but I really hope that you hear my heart in this. And this is my passionate. This is what I get to do at home with my kids. My husband's out of work. This is what I do. And so I love it. I'm super passionate about it. And so I'd love to talk to you more about this today. So pick up the phone and call me. I am going to stand by and be ready for you as soon as you're done watching the video. Talk to you soon.